Hey, how's it going on, you lovely people? It's Shut Door or Door Shutter coming back to you with an episode of Cottage Witch. This is episode 10, and I have been working on something for the past few hours here. Ignore this cobblestone monstrosity. It's gonna work. We're making a villager breeding system, and I've been working on it just a little bit here. So I don't have any villagers currently. I have Bilbo Baggins, which I just grabbed from this house over here. And we're going to place him down real quick. So he should become a farmer. And now what we're going to do is we're going to wait and see if we can find another villager. But we do need another contract. And I have not found a feather. So I think what I need to do is actually go to a village. Alrighty, so we've got some feathers here. And what we need to do is we basically need to make a contract. That's what it's called, and it is from Mob Lassos. So let's make a contract here. And this does say that most villagers will not accept this, so do keep that in mind. And I have an emerald lasso, which is just a gold lasso or golden lasso, which isn't too expensive. So I've went ahead and I made this. And let's actually teleport back to village 1. Let's find an unemployed villager here. We may need one that's employed, but I'm not sure. Let's see if we can find a villager here. I mean, we could start taking out workstations. This right here is a workstation. So this is the horticulturist, I believe. The leather workers, the chef. Let's see. So yeah, right here we could take out this guy's workstation. Okay, and see if he'll accept the contract. No. Okay, so this guy actually just accepted the contract, and I just went ahead and I broke his work block. He was a botanist, so I broke his work block. He is unemployed, and now we should be able to get back up here. I did teleport to another village, by the way. Nobody in that village wanted to deal with me, and drop this down. Okay, and I kind of want to make sure that all these carrots are still carrots and not wheat or anything as well. We should be good there. So let's come over here, and I'm just gonna wait here until we get some villager breeding going, and I'll show you guys the transportation of villagers. I think it's happening. I saw hearts. Oh, more hearts. They're staring intensely into each other's eyes. Oh, whole bunch of hearts. Come on. Yes, baby villager. Perfect. And what should happen is in a second here, and a little bit, he should track to one of these beds, the open bed here. Oh, here he goes. He fell. Okay, so now we're going to go over this direction. And this is actually going to be a test as well, because I haven't seen if this actually fully works. The only way I could kind of test this was with an adult villager. So let's pop over here. We have a glass observation, but we won't see him for a little bit because he's coming down this direction and then this direction. So it's a very, very long water tunnel. I know that, but then again, this is kind of the only way you can do it. With water transportation that I feel like doing. I mean, there's probably better ways, but the one I felt like doing was this water tunnel, just because it's always so cool to see this happen. And he's coming down here, and what should happen is he should get stuck in this block and not able to get into this water source until he grows up. So the more villagers we have, they all should just pile up into the top here. So we're gonna see this. And then when he grows up, hopefully, everything will work. Okay? So currently, he's not able to do anything. Fantastic. That's exactly what we want to see. So whenever he does grow up, he will then get pushed up here. And I'm probably going to try and make this a little bit better. Also, the obsidian pressure plates are player activated. Just so you guys know. That's why I'm not like... that's why I'm using them. Players can only activate them. Mobs can't. So we are safe with that. So in this location, we actually have this all figured out. So when a adult villager comes up, whenever they grow up, they come up here, they get pushed into this, basically this corner here. We put a minecart down here, and when we put that minecart down, we push this button. It'll send it up here, and that will allow for us to then move the villager wherever. Of course, we probably won't just have this leading into this block. We could put a hole here and have a trading hall kind of just off in this direction, or wherever. If we wanted to, we could probably put the trading hall in this direction and have the villagers be in there, and that'll be fantastic. So that's just something quick I'm looking at here. It's just going to take some time for the villagers to grow up and everything like that. This is going to be something I'm going to be working on off camera mostly. Just wanted to inform you guys and show you kind of how it's done. And I have a video, I'll link down in the description, where I did this in a previous series with the Direwolf 20 series to show you guys this. This is very, very vanilla, by the way. And also, this piece right here, by the way, is not connected texture because this is a normal Minecraft glass. Clear glass actually is not something you want to use for having a villager here because they will suffocate. So, connected glass does kill everything that's inside of it. It suffocates the creature and yourself. So, ask me how I know that one. Alrighty. So, we're working on some R's source generation here. And this is a little bit more complicated than I was thinking. But I think this is going to work. So, we're going to have to work on something real fast here, which is looking at functional storage and kind of creating a janky wireless system, right? So let's take a peek. So we want the drawer controller. So we will probably want just one of those. We want a controller extension. So one of these, controller extension. So this right here. And what we're going to do is on this here, we're going to put the controller extension with a pipe upgrade. This will make sense in a second. I'm kind of doing this backwards, but that'll be fine. Pipe. So here, let's grab our pipe wrench. And then over here, we're going to do a controller. Yeah, right here. We'll do that. Okay. And then the drawers, we're only going to have, or I guess we're going to have 3. 3 in total, right? 4? Apparently, because I didn't know they dropped green leaf. The green tea leaves. I think every tree basically does at this point. So let's kind of put this over here. I don't want that stacked up on top. So I'll grab a configuration tool and this. So green tea leaves, put those in this one. Sticks, we'll put that one in this one. Blazing archwood saplings, we'll put that on the top. And then the blazing archwood logs we'll put here. Okay? So let's lock all of these. Let's link this drawer. And then we're going to link this controller as well. Okay? Now, this should be able to pull, I would hope. Right? This is connected to the right one. I was hoping that this would be able to pull the blazing archwood saplings from it. But maybe we can't pull from a controller, only push. I mean, we could test this a little bit more. Let's grab a smart chute and see if we can test this, and a filter. Also, I may need to make this just a little bit shorter, but I'm not even 100% sure on that. I think it's actually fine. So let's grab an archwood sapling. So let's put the filter down. Let's put the controller extension on top. And then link. And see if that does anything. It doesn't appear to. Okay. So the controller extension is kind of useless. Fantastic news. Well, with that, we may have to kind of just live with it and put this underground. Actually, no. What we should be able to do instead of that then is link this to that drawer because we can link over pretty decent distance and just do this. Okay? Now, why is this not moving? So you... I mean, it is moving. But this needs to be rotated. That's why. There we go. So now what should happen is this deployer, its only job is to place a sapling right there. Okay? And once this sapling gets placed, we can then let this grow. Of course, we're going to force bone meal this. The archwood tree should grow, and the saw should go through this and tear it down. It looks like we'll have like lingering blocks. I'm not really too worried about that. It may slow down a little bit, but then it'll come over here, portable storage interface. It'll dump all of its contents into here, and then it'll get filtered. So we'll have saplings and all of that jazz. And the reason we're doing this is because we're going to do the Volcanic Sourcelink. And Blazing Archwood is probably the best option for that. So this is a very, very complicated way to literally make a one tree farm. Could I make this better? Probably. Am I going to? Probably not. I think this works for now. I mean, I think it's pretty decent as well. And the biggest thing is, and the reason I created this like rotational contraption is for the storage as well, because I don't think I'm able to put an independent saw here and then also push items into that. I may be able to, but this works. This is cool. And then also the 4 saws here is because of how wide this tree is. I'm scared that if this saw doesn't get it, then one of these others is going to, right? So, because I did test with an independent saw and it didn't work. So yeah, let's keep that in mind. All right. So the Volcanic Sourcelink. Volcanic. This thing right here. So this requires source gems and lava, but we're going to only grab one of these for right now. Ooh, that's a problem. We need to get a few things sorted real fast, so let me be right back. Okay, so while I'm thinking about some of the problems that Volcanic Sourcelink's going to cause, let's quickly take a look at our villagers. So we have actually got 3 in here, which is fantastic. And actually, I didn't check the boundaries. So it looks like these guys are actually in a chunk, like all together, which kind of sucks. I was hoping I didn't, because I didn't calculate this even. I didn't look at this. I always kind of forget to. But entity cramming will happen sooner or later, so I will need to solve that off camera, as soon as possible. Let's grab our sleeping bag here. Okay, so let's talk about the issue that I'm gonna try and figure out how to get solved. Because purely, it's not that complicated, right? Because what needs to happen is these blazing archwoods needs to be dropped, okay? And the Volcanic Sourcelink will pick that up, burn it, and then create source. That is the process. But the process of dropping this every so often, and the Volcanic Sourcelink, yeah, so it's all right here. Consuming burnable items. Archwood logs will generate bonus mana, with blazing archwood generating the most. As a Volcanic Sourcelink produces source, it also produces heat. Yeah, okay. So I'm wondering what it means by nearby. Man, there's questions that I need to get answered. So let me look into this. Okay, so I was wrong. This actually doesn't need to be dropped into the world, and I think I may have just solved our problems. Pipe wrench. Let's grab this back. All I need to do is this. And this is actually generating source. This may produce way too quickly, But, I mean, if this works, I mean, if it's producing source, right? If it's not wasting anything, because it looks like it's continuously filling, right? Okay. And, I mean, if that works, that works. And then once we want to get more source jars, just grab a handful here. And then these start filling as well. This works. Just a pedestal. This is actually a platform. If you don't know what this is, it's actually just a shorter pedestal. Legitimately, you just put a pedestal in a crafting table. I just wanted this one because it's shorter and I can actually see the item when having a pipe into it. So, yeah, I mean this works. This was actually just my first like thought was let's try and use a pedestal or platform to see if we can transfer items into it. Of course, this is definitely not going to be fast. Once we run out of logs, it's going to take a while for this to actually grow. I would assume we might want to maybe expand this. I mean, we could attempt to make a tree farm like the oak one with archwood, but I don't know how well that would work. Archwood saplings are kind of strange in my opinion. Let's go over here real fast. Because they don't need more than one sapling, but if you use more than one sapling, they will like do this weird thing. And I would yeah, so then these ones you probably won't see grow once they're inside of this. Right? I mean, you've got a massive archwood tree here, but you kind of understand the point of this. If we did a farm like this, I don't think it would be as effective as we would think. So, on a quick side note, one of the things that is happening with this series right now, and the reason I kind of like backtrack a lot of statements currently is because I don't know a lot about Ars Nueva. This is kind of a learning experience for me and hopefully you guys, or if you do know Ars Nueva, you're probably slamming your head against the table being like, why aren't you doing it this way? Well, I don't know better ways. This whole create contraption was kind of like, hey, will this work? If so, how can we use this? And that's exactly what is happening right now. I don't know what's happening fully, but it's happening. We are getting some source. We are able to actually generate this. And if we wanted to look at relays here, there is one, the warper, that somebody talked about in the last episode that should be able to teleport source. Operates similar to the source relay, but will support taking from and transferring to multiple jars at once. The splitter has... Nope, that's the splitter one. Where is the warper? Yeah, this one right here. Operates similar to the source relay splitter, can be teleport source an endless distance between other warp relays. So this actually is not affordable at all. But that is what they were talking about to transfer source wirelessly. So from here to the actual spell turrets, maybe in the future, but not right now. So let's look at Starbunkle Mania. How do we condense this? Condense the source from jars into a stable fluid will automatically output to tanks below if possible. So it looks like we need a couple things here. So it looks like we need a source relay. So source relay. A fluid container jar which requires water essence. Okay. Yeah, we'll get into that in a little bit. I think that is going to be a next episode thing. I mean, we figured this out. And I'm kind of wondering, once this is full, once all these jars are full, will we be able to... Will this thing stop? I would hope so, but you never know. Okay, so this will shut off once we have full source. And what I think we can do is kind of have like relay points. I mean, we could actually move the cobblestone generator like setup over here. I'm not afraid to do that. The reason I didn't want to move it over there is because it was too close to that storage shed and I don't want the thing to burn down. But if we just kind of get some dirt out here, we could definitely look at getting the source jars and everything, using source relays to then, move it over there so we could have a cobble gen kind of thing. The other thing with this as well is once this actually operates for a little while, we can have a decent chunk of logs. And I don't know fully if there was supposed to be a cooldown for this volcanic source link, or if we should implement one, because I don't know if this constantly taking logs actually is doing the right thing, and there should be a cooldown. But that's something to look at in the future. But with that, thank you guys so much for watching another fantastic episode of Cottage Witch. And if you guys haven't realized by now, Monday through Thursday is going to be All the Mods 9 for current. Friday through Sunday is going to be Cottage Witch. The Direwolf 21.7 pack, I believe we're going to have a live stream tomorrow. It may not be tomorrow, it may be next week. I think kind of having some house stuff to be done tomorrow. So, there's things that are happening in my personal life, so I won't be able to really get onto that as soon as I would wish or like. So for right now, thank you guys. Stay awesome, and I can't wait to see you in the next video tomorrow. Bye-bye.